Can open up Biomes. Biomes, you can basically think of it like it's like on-chain Minecraft. It's like the UX is a bit worse than Minecraft because obviously the blockchain has latency, and it has gas costs, so it's currently a bit worse. But this is going to improve over time, and at some point, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to like WASD around, right? Move around in first person. But right now, you can think of it like this dude is like this dude's in the client. He just kind of like this is not actually on chain. But then you have like your little guy who we're currently waiting for him to load in. Okay, you can see the name Wand. It's not loaded in right now. But you have a little guy, and you're able to basically like you basically click RuneScape style to like move your little guy around. And like when you're near your little guy, so you're inside of these like purple borders, you can mine, and you can, let's see, let me get rid of this. Cool. And you can like place stuff down. Wait.
Yeah, we're mining.
Yeah. And basically the world, and you can like see a lot of crazy things. There's like some person, they built the OP people. They built a nice OP logo with flowers. And yeah, that's what it's like. And the really cool thing about this on-chain Minecraft is because it's on-chain, you can obviously program anything into it, right? So you can like we ran a bunch of these events. You can do this thing called Race the Sky. So in Race the Sky, somebody put ETH in the sky, and then a bunch of people build bridges and like stuff like that, try and get there first. So that's why you can see like this thing to the sky. People are trying to like reach the spot first. You can't do that in normal Minecraft because you can't like use smart contracts to program things on top of the world, but you can do that because it's on chain. Race the Sky. There's Deathmatch. So Deathmatch, I'm trying to find the stadium. Right. So you can see the stadium. You have to walk to the sky, like using these stairs. And then people on top, they're able to essentially like fight each other to the death. And whoever like wins basically like takes the prize pool. Again, this is something that like somebody.
Contracts. So the movement is probably on chain with the little guy and the big guy, but then is this what's the on chainness of this agreement of if we battle on top of this thing, you get the money? Like, how does that work?
So okay, so you have the base world where movement, mining, building, hitting, crafting, all of that's on chain. And the way something like a death match would work is somebody comes along, they build a stadium like this, and they basically drop a link to a smart contract. And this smart contract says that if you opt into the smart contract, it's going to run additional logic every time you take an action like hit. So it's like a hook, right? It's like an opt-in hook. And the smart contract checks that, oh, as soon as I kill another player, because I'm hooking onto the hit action, and I can check this. As soon as another kill another player, that player like this contract knows I killed this player, and thus I get like some of the ETH in that smart contract.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's like opt-in. A bunch of people, when they opt in, they pitch in ETH to the prize pool, and then that smart contract checks who kills who because everything's verifiable, and immediately gives a prize pool to the winner. Yeah, so because it's almost like the entire world is like verifiable, you can write smart contracts to like really verify anything, right? And have a bunch of things that happen due to that. There's this thing called buildonomics. It's kind of like a funny name, but the reason there was the big OP flower is they tried to start a trend where they build this like big OP statue using flowers, and they want to sort of trend. So in a trend, what you do is if you build like a copy of the monument, So if I also build a big OP, flower, I can pitch in some amount of money to join this trend, and that goes to everybody who's already built that statue in the trend. So it's like a literal Ponzi, but it's like you join the Ponzi by building in the world. Um, and that was mostly a practical joke, right? This is not what we think the future of these worlds are, but it's just
But
a
in
it's just
some
a
way, if you build something interesting and other people rebuild that thing, you get rewarded for doing that. So it is a
yeah,
Ponzi, but it's also like a cool incentive mechanism.
yeah, for like starting this like architectural trend and stuff. So this is basically where Biomes was when it launched, and you can see a bunch of the stuff because of that. Oh, you can also see like somebody came in and they started like so they built a house, and I'm not sure if this is the house that leads to the tunnel, but it
No,
might
it's like
be. It's not this one.
no, yeah, I think it's a different one. It's the one that's pink on the map, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there's like another house that someone built that like leads to like an incredible underground tunnel, and it goes like to the bottom of the world. So they dig through the bedrock, and take in that like mining like a bedrock takes half an hour, and there's like hundreds of bedrock that have been mined here. It might even be 1,000. I'm not sure. So this person really went off, right, to like build this bedrock city. Maybe I could show that.
So
Where's that gonna be?
I always have my autonomous worlds
did.
questions. One of them, it would be bots and how you guys handle bots. Like, could someone have botted that mining process?
Someone definitely could have. I'm not sure if this person had necessarily botted it, but someone definitely could have, and they probably should have, right?
Yeah, it's right.
But yeah, you
know
could
what's right
definitely
there.
bot.
You see that pink house you were just on? If you go up
Is
a
it
bit
where I'm
again on the
pointing?
map. No, so if you go back on the map, you go up. You see that pink square at the top? No, so
Do
if
you
you
want
go
to share
back,
your screen
yeah, I can show
if
it.
you know where it is?
Yeah. You'll have to stop sharing, I think, yeah. Sweet. All right.
And while it loads, I must let the audience know Build Guild was the earliest supporter of Biomes. So it's been funded really largely by Build Guild for the longest time.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And that's through the Hacker House streams through Jesse's Hacker House, that streaming contract. Awesome.